Ladies and gentlemen, we got high school drama happening in the Banana Republic, and what else can I say, bro? This is all happening before GTA 6. I mean, oh my goodness, I got a bunch of videos that I want to share with you, and more so than now, guys, more so than ever, we need Officer Dokes on this one. We need Officer Dokes. Let me actually show you guys the clips here real quick, though. I gotta shout out the homie Keith for the $5 super thanks. Shout out to the homie Sunflower for the $10. Thank you guys so much for all the love on the channel. You guys gotta do none of it, man. You don't have to like or subscribe, none of that. Check this out, roll it.
So they went and they interviewed Ghislaine Maxwell, and they're trying to get her to roach out. Trump
is it Ghislaine or Ghislaine or Ghislaine? I mean, Ghislaine is the way I guess I would pronounce by reading the name, but okay.
He's even talking about giving her a pardon for her to go roach out on everybody else.
Would you consider a pardon or a commutation for Ghislaine Maxwell if
it's something I haven't thought about. It's really something
recommended.
It's something I'm allowed to do it, but it's something I have not thought about.
But you wouldn't rule it out, sir.
But you ought to be speaking about Larry Summers. You ought to be speaking about some.
Yo, if she get pardoned, man. Yo, where is Officer Dokes, man? We need Officer Dokes, bro. We need Officer Dokes right now, bro.
Some of his friends that are hedge fund guys, they're all over the place. You ought to be speaking about Bill Clinton, who went to the island 28 times. I never went to the island.
Do you maintain you did not write a letter for...
Oh, shit! Oh, shit! 28 times. How do you know? How do you know? He says, and I quote, I never went to the island. Nah, man, that is crazy.
To the island 28 times. I never went to the island.
Do you maintain you did not write a letter for Jeffrey Epstein's birthday?
I don't even know what they're talking about. Now, somebody could have written a letter and used my name, but that's happened a lot. All you have to do is take a look at the dossier, the fake dossier. Everything's fake with that administration. Everything's fake with the Democrats. Take a look at what they just found about the dossier. Everything is fake. They're a bunch of sick people. They were made
He is acting weird, bro. Like, if he's not guilty, he's sure doing a good job acting like he's guilty.
I think if they do not release everything they have, they are done. If they do not release, and I told them that, you need to release.
More than that, human.
To be honest though, they're not done though. Let's be real. The rules are for the poor people. The rules are never for the rich people, man. That's how the game works. I didn't make the rules. That's apparently how it is, man, sadly.
Sacrifices. I just want the files released, and I agree with one of the congressmen. He said we should hang him. There is a public bloodthirst for this, and if he doesn't get it, they're gonna be upset. I think that it's obvious that Trump is implicated in some way. I would be willing to believe.
I mean, he said, okay, who? Bill Clinton, right? He said he went to the island 28 times. Oh, shit. How do you know? That is very specific. How do you know? That is very specific. So, of course, right, like, let's be real, he's seen the files, right, and that's what we heard just recently, that Trump's name is in the files, and Trump was alerted, or he was made known about his name being in the files since May, they said, right, and that's why he don't want to reveal it. And then you got the big homie Elon Musk, right? He said that, yep, he's in the files. He's in the files. So big homie Elon started beefing with the big homie Trump, right? And both of these big homies are beefing. And yeah, Elon, that's the thing though, right? I want to show you guys like this clip in a second. We'll get down to Elon, and Elon actually let more stuff out right now, which is insane. Wait for it.
That Trump had an idea that it was going on. I would not be immediately willing to believe that Trump was doing it himself. I would require more proof than that. But I do think that in the same way that everybody in Hollywood knew about Harvey Weinstein, everybody in music knew about Diddy, I bet everybody in this echelon knew about Jeffrey Epstein. But the fact that the FBI was directed to say if his name was in the files or not to him, why would you do that if you weren't guilty?
That is highly suspect. Shout out to the homie Voidzilla. Check this. This just released.
Are we really about to pardon Ghislaine Maxwell? That's the story we're going to go over today. Look, we know that Bill Clinton knew Ghislaine Maxwell. We know Trump knew her as well. We know he wished her well. But previously, this was unthinkable, as she is literally the only person, the only co-conspirator who's ever faced any consequences for the abuse that Epstein did. She was sentenced to
Ghislaine Maxwell sentenced to 20 years in prison for conspiring with Jeffrey Epstein to abuse minors. Yeah, I cannot say that word on YouTube, man. Damn.
20 years in prison and was charged, among other things, for perjury, aka lying, although she was never ultimately tried for it because they went after the heavier counts. However, Maxwell is appealing her conviction, and her lawyer has been pushing to get this in front of Donald Trump. This is a quote from her lawyer, quote, "I'd be surprised if President Trump knew his lawyers were asking the Supreme Court to let the government break a deal. He's the ultimate deal maker. I'm sure he'd agree that when the United States gives its word, it should keep it." Of course, referring to the non-prosecution agreement that Epstein had with prosecutors back in 2007. This all came—
Dog, if she gets pardoned, man, that would be one of the craziest plot twists ever. That would be one of the you know, top 10 anime betrayal, whatever meme word you want to throw in. Yeah, I guess it's gonna be bigger than all that, bro. Combined.
Came to a head today when Trump was asked if he would consider pardoning Ghislaine Maxwell,
Shit.
and he wouldn't rule it out.
Would you consider a pardon or a commutation for Ghislaine Maxwell if she's cooperating?
It's something I haven't thought about.
Man.
It's something I'm allowed to do it, but it's something I have not thought about.
But you wouldn't rule it out?
So rather than just say no, he says, look, I'm actually allowed to do it. He won't rule it out. And of course, this friendliness wasn't just shown there. It's been shown for years. Trump famously said he wished her well when—
Ghislaine Maxwell probably knows the secrets of the universe. She probably knows everything and everything you want to know, bro. And that's yeah, they don't want her speaking out. They don't want her releasing none of that info. So, you know, like perhaps she's gonna be given billions of dollars and a pardon, and yeah, she's gonna walk free. If that happens, you know why, bro. I don't know, man. That's crazy. I mean, listen, man.
When referring to her trial that was upcoming,
I just wish her well, frankly.
She's now in jail. Yeah, I wish her well. I'd wish you well. I'd wish a lot of people well. Good luck. Let them prove somebody was guilty.
So, yeah, that's not great. And then now, his deputy attorney general is meeting privately with Maxwell. Of course, everybody was okay with the idea of her testifying in public in front of Congress, but that's not exactly what happened. Instead, what Todd Blanche did was privately meet with her in a meeting that nobody was allowed to see. And he said in a statement, "Today I met with Ghislaine Maxwell and I'll continue my interview of her tomorrow. The Department of Justice will share additional information about what we learned at the appropriate time."
At an appropriate time. I don't know, man. This situation is kind of wild, man. It's High School Musicals happening right now by the looks of it. And yes, apparently we also covered the clip of Anonymous in the last episode, and I made a video recently because they are saying that they have discovered like one of the biggest, like, three-eye atlas, kind of like Oumuamua, but bigger brother of that, and they're saying it's aliens. Oh, shit. Yeah, I covered that in the last video, which I will link you. And this is what has been said right now, that they're gonna be using the alien card as a distraction. That's what some people are talking about right now, which is insane to think about, man. Maybe because of the Epstein files, because they don't want to release it, they have to release something else, or they are gonna do something to distract. And what if they do that? That's another topic of discussion. I mean, we don't have time for that one because I got other stuff that I want to show you. But yeah, something to think about, guys. But
of course, that's brought to you by the same people who said they'd release additional credible evidence. So we don't exactly know what that means. And when Maxwell returned to prison, she returned with a white box of materials, which a lot of people, myself included, found very strange because she left with nothing. We also have to note that Todd Blanche was Trump's personal lawyer, so some people are calling it a conflict of interest. Even though he is no longer the personal lawyer, he is now the deputy attorney general. Now, Ghislaine's lawyer gave some statements on the matter. He claimed that she answered all questions truthfully during her DOJ interview and now says she is seeking a pardon, though she says she hasn't approached Trump about it directly, but that they...
Let's be real, bro. Let's be real for a second.
Hope a pardon is in the works.
We haven't spoken to the president or anybody about a pardon just yet. And you know, listen, the president this morning said he had the power to do so. We hope he exercises that power in the right and just way.
So they haven't approached him yet, but they hope he'll do it. Look, this is all laying the groundwork for a possible pardon for the only person who has ever been convicted, with many people pointing out this is a huge conflict of interest.
Bro, like, instead of, if this was like any other person, they would have had like 20-star wanted level GTA style, right? They would have get like aliens on their ass. They would have had like FBI, you know, they would have had NASA workers. They would have had Area 51 security on her ass immediately. They would forget about like whatever happened at Area 51. They would be like, okay, you know, public enemy number one, you know, we gotta get to it. Enemy of the state, bozo, menace to the society. 20-star wanted level, get the choppers out, get the F-16 or F-15, F-35s out, get that double penetration bunker busters out, get everything out. We need, and they would have brought, yo, we need Officer Dokes, man. We need Officer Dokes right now. He knew everything about Dexter. This is why he had to go, bro. This is why we need Officer Dokes, man. We need Officer Dokes, bro.
Interest, because of course the guy who controls the pardons also may be implicated in this, and Maxwell stands to basically clear him of all wrongdoing for the right favor. Now, it's been reported just now from the New York Post that Ghislaine Maxwell gave the DOJ about 100 different people linked to Jeffrey Epstein, so we don't know how much of that is true. Again, all these meetings are behind closed doors, which is what I and many people have such a problem with. Why not do this in public instead of...
Right, usually like the homie Trump does live streams, right, of him working... Right, like a YouTuber, he live streams like a YouTuber working and doing his jobs and all that, right? So yeah, why not? We need live streams of this matter, bro. What, man? We need live streams of this matter. Check this one out. Roll it.
And she's also been subpoenaed by the Oversight Committee. I think this is great. I do have a feeling that she just might be a victim. She just might be. There was a rush to judgment. There was a lot of chaos there for a while.
Victim.
All right. Granted, she hung out with Jeffrey Epstein, and I know that's...
Granted, she hung out with Jeffrey Epstein, but victim. Okay. All
apparently not good.
All right, so it looks like we've gotten to the point where people are now claiming Ghislaine Maxwell is a victim, you know, just another victim of cancel culture. It's crazy. You can't even help run a child sex trafficking ring anymore. Like, how ridiculous is that? What does this world come to? So clearly now they're trying to set up the narrative that we should listen to her, she can be trusted, and we should listen to what she has to say, which we know will be whatever she needs to say to get a pardon. So I think this might be the only way for Trump to save himself from this mess, because she could clear his name and he'll have an excuse to pardon her, which I think he always kind of wanted to do. So his former lawyer just met with her and said she gave him all honest and truthful answers.
So Benny Johnson says, breaking, Ghislaine Maxwell's lawyer says she fully cooperated and answered all DOJ's questions during today's interview. And I quote, Miss Maxwell answered every single question. She never stopped. She never invoked a privilege. She never declined to answer, end quote. And I quote again, she answered all the questions truthfully, honestly, and to the best of her ability. And that's all the comment we're going to have today about the meeting. We don't want to comment about the substance of the meeting for obvious reasons, and we'll go from there, end quote. Yeah, okay.
Answers to his questions, which means he liked what she had to say, which most people wouldn't trust anything she has to say, but diehard Trump fans soon will be hearing them say free Maxwell if she can help Trump out here, because he obviously does not want those files released. And it looks like Elon Musk was right about that. According to the Wall Street Journal, Trump was informed by Pam Bondi back in May that his name was in the file about that.
Time to drop. Yeah, and he deleted the tweet afterward, but this was insane. Within 52 minutes, this one was seen to by approximately 27 million people. And the tweet was up for about 2-3 days, right? And then he took it down, but...
According to the Wall Street Journal, Trump was informed by Pam Bondi back in May that his name was in the files. Yeah. Then a couple months later, the DOJ concluded there were no files, you know, there was no client list or blackmail operation. Right. So Kash Patel, he went from saying the FBI is covering for Epstein because of who's on the list to becoming the director of the FBI and helping cover for Epstein because of who's on the list. You know,
when we needed the homie Kash the most, the homie Kash said, "I am Kash, no Patel." Man, like, bro, come on, man. This is why, bro, you can never trust anybody. You cannot trust anybody. You can only trust Officer Dokes, bro. We need Officer Dokes.
Doing the exact same thing himself. It's unbelievable. You know, these people have absolutely no shame.
You say that the FBI has Epstein's list. They're sitting on it. That doesn't seem like something you should do. You're protecting the world's foremost predator. That seems like an evil thing to do, regardless of who may be embarrassed in the release of that list. Why is the FBI protecting the greatest, the largest scale pest in human history?
Simple, because of who's on that list.
And it's been reported that Kash Patel was going around to other government officials telling them that Trump's name is on the list. So it'd be pretty funny if he were the one to tell Elon that, because Elon dropped that tweet about Trump being in the files while Kash was
Okay, if that is true, what if the homie is not Cash, but he's actually Cash Patel? What if what if he's the good guy, right? But he's not allowed to do some things, so he's like, okay, I'm gonna do it like behind the scenes, and you know, I'm gonna do my service, I'm gonna try to do my best, you know what I'm saying, with the limited shit that I have around. So yeah, what if the homie Cash is actually not Cash no Patel, but Cash actually Patel? What if that's what it is? Yeah, I mean, there's only one way to find out, but...
Which was on Rogan, which of course Cash just acted like this is something he has nothing to do with, like, oh, this is above my pay grade. It's hilarious. I mean, the government at this point is just a reality TV show. Also, Cash, he didn't even deny that Trump is in the files, which kind of gave it away. I mean, it's always been pretty clear that Trump is in the files, but this and that binder stunt really gave it away. Like, also during this podcast, Cash kept saying they will give us everything they're allowed to, which seems like he's hinting that there's more.
And we're going to give you every single thing we have and can. We've reviewed all the information, and the American public is going to get as much as we can release. Again, we're going to give you everything we can, and people have to remember, we're not going to re-victimize women. I'm working my ass off, along with the leadership at the Bureau and DOJ, to get you what we're allowed to give you. We will give you everything we can, and then we will have done our job.
Time to drop the really big bomb. Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That's the real reason they have not been made public. Have a nice day. Jesus Christ.
I'm not participating in any of that conversation.
What is he? Have a nice day. DJT. So much day gets phone.
Okay, so that was on June the 5th. Shit. So it's been almost 2 months right now. Almost 2 months.
They're going back and forth about different things. And
yeah.
Listen, well, he said he was disappointed in Elon.
Yeah, he told him to leave.
Jesus Christ, that's a crazy thing to say. How does he know? Does he know that Donald Trump is in the Epstein files? I mean, does he have access to the Epstein files?
I don't know how he would, but I'm just staying out of the Trump-Elon thing. That's way outside my lane.
So during this thing, he was the homie Cash no Patel. But what if, like, deep down, he was the guy that actually told Elon about it, right? So if that's the case, then I guess Cash actually Patel.
Fuck are they doing?
I know my lane, and that ain't it.
I just don't. I mean, I understand he owns Twitter. I think it's bad for your mental health. I think posting things public all day and arguing with people all day is bad for you.
Well, you raise a great point. Sorry to cut you off.
Go ahead.
And it's so funny to me, out of all the wild shit that Elon says on Joe's podcast and on Twitter, this is what finally gets Joe to say Elon needs to take it easy and stop tweeting so much. You know, Elon apparently telling the truth about the Epstein files. I mean, Elon gave us more answers here than anyone else as to why the files haven't come out, and this puts more pressure on Trump to release them. And of course, when Elon is on Joe's podcast and tells him Bill Clinton and Bill Gates are in the files, Joe has nothing to say about it.
Known Epstein clients, who are obviously extremely powerful and very wealthy, are Bill Gates, Bill Clinton, and Reid Hoffman.
Dang.
And some others too, but those three. So,
So it's funny that now.
Yeah, he started breathing heavy, man. Oh, shit. I don't know why he started acting that way, but, okay, so according to Trump, right in the beginning of this video, right, we saw the clip from just today. So Trump said Bill Clinton visited the island, I'm paraphrasing right now, 28 times. That's the point that I was trying to make. 28 times. Oh, my God. So the files exist. So they said the files don't exist. Do they exist? Do they not? How would you know 28 times, right? I don't know, man. It's all lies, bro. It's all lies right now.
Now Joe has a problem with Elon saying somebody's in the files. You know, now he thinks Elon should just shut up since he said Trump's in there. Like, if you're in the files and you did something illegal, you should be held accountable. I don't care who it is, former president, current president, whoever it is, they should be exposed. And it's also kind of weird that recently Joe has barely talked about the files. They're getting more attention than ever. Almost everybody is calling for them to be released, and Rogan doesn't have.
Wow, I can't believe. Okay, this one was said on the 17th of July. Okay, so almost a week, more than a week ago, from Earth. Okay, so that is very important. He tweeted that from Earth. Wow, I can't believe Epstein himself before realizing it was all a hoax. Yeah, so he has been, the homie Elon has been very, very persistent. He just deleted the initial tweet where he said that, Trump's name is in Epstein files, but...
Not much to say about it. After talking about it nonstop for years, Elon has at least been still putting a lot of pressure on Trump to release them, but I think Trump is trying to get him to chill. He must be worried about what else Elon knows, because Trump just posted to True Social earlier after it came out that Elon was right about him being in the files. He said, "Everyone is stating that I will destroy Elon's companies by taking away some, if not all, of the large-scale subsidies he receives from the U.S. government. This is not so. I want Elon and all his businesses within our country to thrive. In fact, thrive like never before. The better they do, the better the U.S. does, and that's good for all of us. We are setting records every day, and I want to keep it that way." So he must be worried about what Elon knows. I mean, it's crazy for Trump to be this nice to someone who has been taking a ton of shots at him. Like, after Elon said he's in the files, you would think Trump would have gone scorched earth on him, but it's almost like the opposite now.
I mean, bro, like, that, yeah. You would think that he would destroy Elon completely, right? but maybe he's holding some more information. I guess that's the point. He would have deported him. Yeah, there were memes, right? Like, he would have deported him.
Which makes it seem like Elon has some more dirt on him, and that's probably also why he felt comfortable saying Trump was in the files, because there's even more he could say that Trump would be worried about, which also means Kash Patel, Dan Bongino, and Pam Bondi would know more too. So we'll see how long they can cover for Trump, you know, because it's got to be getting to them at least a little bit. I mean, being involved in helping cover up one of the most prolific child trafficking rings of all time is nasty work. But apparently Bongino, he hasn't been handling it well. Like, he reportedly snapped at Pam Bondi, and he's pissed about how this is destroying his reputation. Also, during an interview he did with Fox News a couple months ago, he seemed really stressed out about it. You know, it sounded like he probably regrets taking his position.
I gave up everything for this. I mean, you know, my wife is struggling. I'm not a victim. I'm not Jim Comey. It's fine. I did this, and I'm proud I did it. But if you think we're there for tea and crumpets, well, I mean, Kash is there all day. We share it. Our offices are linked. He turns on the faucet. I hear it. He's there he gets in at like 6 o'clock in the morning. He doesn't leave till 7 at night. You know, I'm in there at 7:30 in the morning. He uses the gym. I work out in my apartment. But I stare at these 4 walls all day in D.C., you know, by myself, divorced from my wife. Not divorced, but I mean separated, divorced. And it's hard. I mean, you know, we love each other, and it's hard to be apart.
But you're doing some great work. You straighten out it.
So I don't know how much longer they can keep this up. I mean, it's also hard to follow all of Trump's excuses for why he doesn't want the files released or why they doctored them. Or
yeah, just release it. Because at this point, though, yeah, he's looking very guilty. He's looking guilty. I mean, majority is already believing, yeah, he done those things. He's in the files. Yeah, why not release it? I mean, people are already saying that you're guilty, so prove people wrong. Just release the files, right? But I don't know about that one. Did you see this one though? Yeah, apparently this just came out, and they're saying alien threat from outer space. Yes, check out this video on the screen, and they released some footage as well. Check it out, and I'll see you right there.